And we don't know what it is today because we were all over the map, but I'm going to stay out of it now. But I was just trying to help you. I wasn't saying it had to be today.
We're talking quarterbacks. Pick 6, sponsored by Davidson's Liquors. Let's name 6 quarterbacks in Broncos history. Quarterbacks who were drafted by the team that either never saw the field or almost never saw the field. And I wasn't wild about this. I thought we'd have a lot of the same guys. I found a couple of guys. I don't know if they're on your list, but I found a couple of guys that are really, really interesting. Who's first?
Good.
You're Me first? Okay. Let's go with number 6, Zach Dysert. I don't think Zach's going to make this team. He was a 7th-round pick in 2013.
You make any team?
I think he will be picked up, but I don't think he's going to make this team. Number 5, in 2004, they drafted 2 quarterbacks in the 7th round. Matt Mock out of LSU was one of them. And I believe he threw a couple of passes for this team in the regular season. And the other guy is my number 4, and that's Bradley Van Pelt from CSU.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about it, but he started a game for the Broncos.
The 2 of them together threw a total of about 35 passes. They each had a 2-year career. They were drafted in 2004. They were let go in 2005.
Shanahan, your guy, had him start the final game of the season.
He was Tim Tebow before Tim Tebow. Number 3, I'm only putting this guy in here because I love his name, Buddy Funk. Now, I got here in 84. My first year covering the Broncos was the 84 season. My first draft with the Broncos was 85. I don't remember Buddy Funk, but he was drafted by the team in the 10th round.
I don't remember.
It's when the draft was 12 rounds. Here's one. The Broncos drafted Rick Leach, the former Michigan quarterback.
Ooh, yeah.
He never played football. He immediately signed
baseball,
a baseball contract. And here's a great one. Number 1, Paul Krause, the Hall of Fame defensive back, who has the National Football League record with 81 interceptions. He was a quarterback in college at Iowa. The Broncos drafted him, but it was when the NFL and AFL were at odds, were at war. And he went and signed with the Minnesota Vikings and went on to a Hall of Fame career as a defensive back.
Let me give you one that fits that category.
Okay.
Steve Foley.
Quarterback at Tulane. That's right.
And never played quarterback
and ended up
in the NFL.
The franchise leader in interceptions and still holds the record.
We'll
have Foley on. We'll get Foley on the show sometime soon.
Yeah, and he still talks funny. And I kid him about that. Steve's one of the. He does. He's got that Cajun kind of Southern accent. See, this is a better question you thought, because I think people forget how many quarterbacks they've drafted, how many have started for this team. Number 6, Tom Brandstater, and I bring him up because Patrick Smythe came to me and he said, "Boy, our draft pick Tom Brandstater really wants to meet you. He loves watching on TV every day." And I thought, boy, I hope he makes it because.
You had an in. Yeah. He's kind of like Osweiler. He was what was he? 6'7", 6'8"? Something like that?
6'4".
Oh, no, he's taller than that.
No, I don't think so.
Somebody look that up.
Yeah. Played at San Jose State, didn't he? Yeah. Good quarterback. He went to Tampa. A good college quarterback. Went to Tampa.
Yeah, knocked around a little bit. Never saw the field much.
Yeah. Matt Mock, the same guy, because he was a starter at LSU and played on some really great LSU teams and never, can I say this, never peed a drop when he was here, really. Number 4. Boy, I'm going to give you some. Jarius Jackson. Remember him? Wasn't he out of Notre Dame?
Yep.
Notre Dame quarterback who came here and was like a 4th-round draft choice, I think. Another one of those guys. Shanahan drafted a lot of quarterbacks every year. Like
late in the draft.
Like Shanahan. I mean, like Elway. Elway wants to draft a quarterback every year. They all think they're going to find whoever.
Well, if you draft enough of them, you hope one of them sticks, right?
Yep. Number 3, Todd Ellis. Never heard of him. Never knew he's played a game, never knew he was drafted, but he was drafted. Todd Ellis. You never heard of him either.
After I did my homework, I was reminded.
And here's one. Mike Frankoviak.
This guy I'd never heard of.
He was on the Super Bowl team, but he never played quarterback.
On the 77 Super Bowl
team? He was around that time, 74, 75, John Ralston. He was shifted to running back.
Any relation to Larry Kristoviak?
No, I don't think so. Number 1, Craig Blackford.
Never heard of him either.
Never heard of him?
60s?
Don't know anything about him? Nah, I don't even know when what era he was drafted in, but he was drafted, And nobody here, not one person watching this show in any clip or anything else is ever going to say, they're going to say, who is he? What does he do? You're lying. No. So
and there won't be any magazine articles.
It was more interesting than you
whatever
thought.
Happened to
because I mean, the reason for this question was, will we one day put on this list, and you did, you put Zach Dyser, but will we put Trevor Siemian on this list someday, or will he actually be?
You know what I noticed when I was going through the history? From 83, when the Broncos got Elway in the trade and drafted Kubiak late in the draft, until about 2000, they drafted virtually no quarterbacks.
Who was the next one they drafted? Really?
Well, the next high one was Tommy Maddox in 1992, I believe it was.
And how happy do you think John Elway was happy about that when they passed over some wide receivers when he needed wide receivers?
Not happy at all.
That's it.
Pick Six, sponsored by Davidson's Liquors. Fans of this show can get $10 off any online order of $50 or more. Go to davidsonsdenver.com and use the promo code SPORTSSHOW10. davidsonsdenver.com, promo code SPORTSSHOW, and then the number 10.